It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I must have pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom over my arms. Shivering, I rubbed them to myself. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what will be keeping my new feline friends warm today. My eyelids close, thinking of cats and the island and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float into a dream. This freaking glitch, it said something! I have to see that in the edit, I don't know what that was. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake up with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear a rustling, and then a strange electronic noise. One that in my sleeping confusion I can't place right away. It's the catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me and my fears are confirmed when I catch the sight of a pulsing red light getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest. In the dark of the night. I must be crazy. The words of Professor Purple are ringing into my ears. I need you to protect her above all else. My legs are trembling beneath me. I'm feeling my heart beat heavy through my body. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. I can just make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. The glitches! There's something hidden in the glitches. I open my eyes, the calico I scanned yesterday is standing in front of me. She drops the catalogue at my feet. It said don't fight her. I actually read it that time. It said stuff and I could read it. I pass out. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you okay? What is this? Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human. Oh yeah, yuck. I can smell it now. It smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving? Would you come and give him some space? Move back a bit. Yes, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. Am I going insane? Ouch, my head! What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human, are you alright? You, I remember. You took my catalog. Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's back in your pocket now. I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Oh, what's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, my feet. What happened? Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing. Told you it wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, Fluke, but you try restraining a human who's that determined. It was like Margay. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. It was like, what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain. I show my bleeding hands. Ah, you crawled, Kara. Kara? Who's Kara? That's not my name. It's a term of endearment. It's an Irish thing. Told you it was. I did the accent because I knew it was Irish. It's in the trailer. Yep. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawl? You sure did. Like a cat? Yup. All the way from the mountains. Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But why? Because you've got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. Talk, yes, that's right. Since when can cats talk? Oh, for goodness sake, since the dawn of time, how else do you think we can communicate? Stop spitting whiskers, Major. You know full what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Kara, is that you understand us. Yes, that too. Will someone please explain what the hell is going on? Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves, at least not the details of how this works. I think being stood in the forest surrounded by a bunch of talking cats is about as much detail as anybody would want. I agree. And more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all. What we do know is the clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Kara. You'll be catified. I'll be what? Whether you help it or not, you don't have a lot of time before. If I may. It would seem, as we are basing this on our experience to date, that if a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways that they previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed. You're not helping. Don't make me hiss! Fucking hissing at me, bitch. War map and land. There'll be no violence of any kind. That's so shit. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here. The vulnerability to which Snooty Booty was referring is simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within a danger zone, you will get a process of change which will ultimately result in a full feline transition. Catified. So basically you're telling me I might werecat? I look down and amongst the scratches on my right hand are two distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically. Yes. My head is spinning, this is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Kara. You're not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? I feel my head for ears, fur. Everything seems to be normal. No. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few deep breaths and calm myself enough to say, okay, so, why, how, what? Give me some data. What have you got so far? Look, we'll answer anything we can, but the truth is we have more questions than answers ourselves. So, you said you need my help. What exactly would that entail? Well, finding our friends would be a start. The cats in the sound, they're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them, but the body count is rising, and we've hit a wall. A wall of ignorance, maybe. Really, how many times do I have to tell you? The mules are to blame. Mules? Now, Floofybutt, there is no need for name calling. Speaking of name calling, I'll remind you to call me Major, madam. Look, they can't help the way they are, it's just lack of breeding, you know. Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again, mulers! They're elder cats, the island original. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory term, mulers. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. Look, Kara, all we really know is that we are no longer safe on this island. The elders who live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why. It's just always been that way. And now, because cats are being taken, nowhere else is safe either. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undomesticated world here after all. But lately cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human who catified went missing. I'm sorry, what? Let's not open old wounds, Kibble. Fuck! Let's not open old wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. Well, first things first, this werecat thing. Catification. Transition. Whatever. How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Yeah. It's a gradual process. Different for everyone. But you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of the transition is being to understand us, well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not all the domestics either. Then you have the whole heightened sensing, the increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. Let's not worry you with all the details yet. I assume there's an antidote? I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who'd you put in this position. Well, let's hope you're better than they were. Unfortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote or get their friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade. Huh? You help us and I'll give you the progress reports. So what do you say, Kara? Will you help us? Do not help the kid! Never. I want to help. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me track down your missing friends? Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers, and I'll eat my hat. You don't have a fucking hat. Don't mind him, he's set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes, nowhere near the danger zone or the Elvish. Well, that doesn't make much sense, but I suppose nothing goes around this place. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm! I have to get to work! You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet with us later. I'll make sure those reports are in your tent before this evening. Thanks, Kara, 1 in a million. I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your new health status. Go! And thanks from all of us. After a rather painful journey, I am very grateful to finally limp into camp. I have just enough time to get myself tidied up for work, and I am about to peel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalogue beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. It's not from any of the contacts that Professor Purrfect programs into it. In fact, there's no contact information at all. Are you sure it is wise to trust everyone? Anyone? What on earth does that mean? Who is this? There is a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you can confide in. Just stop glitching! Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone, and my catalogue has no record of them. I don't have any time to think about this right now. I need to get ready. As soon as I'm presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. Doesn't give a good impression on my first morning. Ah, John, good to see you. I was beginning to worry. Did you oversleep on your first day? I'm terribly sorry, sir. I think travelling and all the excitement of yesterday. I take punctuality very seriously. He cuts across my apology. Not to worry, it's perfectly understandable. You'll find I'm quite relaxed about most things. As long as you get the work done, I don't mind what hours you keep. Thank you, sir. So, shall we get started? My goodness, what on earth happened to you? He's looking at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and tried to save myself before grabbing into a bush. Not a secret drinker, are you, John? Oh no, sir, I'm a bit of a lightweight, to tell you the truth. Just teasing. We ought to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle and some cotton wool. He begins cleaning and tending to my hands while he talks. For today, I'd like you to help me with a few tasks around the lab to get the hang of things. But from tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices about how best to carve up your time. Of course, you are primarily here to carry out your job as my research assistant. However, try to make the most of your time on the island. Once your work is completed, we'll be saying goodbye. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Naturally, I need your help around here. But I'd also like you to get your hands dirty with some field work. Make sure you spend some time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place, and there's a lot to see. Take the time to get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to our research. There is plenty to see and do. However, you must be careful not to overwork. Take regular rest and relaxation. We don't want you to burn yourself out now, do we? I'll try to get the balance right. That's the spirit. So, there you are. He's done a first-class job on my wounds, and they aren't bothering me nearly as much. I spend the rest of the day with the professor, getting to know how the various pieces of equipment in the lab work, finding out where everything is, and learning some of the basic duties I will be performing routine. By the end of the day, I am exhausted. I make my way to my tent. I'm about to flop down on my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. It's the reports that Kibbles promised to deliver. The cats were right. The previous person barely made a start in producing an antidote. I'm gutted and worried. What if I can't do any better? Will I just turn to a cat? I decide that's not an option. I'm resolved to get going on my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cats will be a good starting point. I have a feeling they'll know a lot more than they're prepared to tell me. I need to gain their trust and see if I can get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I'll make more progress if I focus on one at a time. I'm optimistic that one-to-one sharing will provide fruitful. It's a small glimmer of hope. Tonight, I'm not fit for anything. I can barely even write my journal before I fall asleep. The first morning of waking up on the island, I'm so excited to discover what the day will bring. Should I jump straight to lab research, or maybe it would be wise to start investigating a way to help these cats find a girl for myself? Perhaps a good starting point would be to get to know the cats a little better on a one-to-one basis. What should I do today? Romance. Who do we want to hang out with? I like the Irish boy. Look at he lights up so fucking much. Kara, wake up. Huh? Mummy is
Fucking game.
Just quiet. Shh, quiet, Kara. Come with me. I have something to show you, but you have to be quiet. McMurphy? Yes, it's me. But it's the middle of the night. Kara, you're not scared, are you? Why would I be scared? Creeping around the forest in the middle of the night. Don't worry, Kara. I'll be there to protect you. McMurphy, you know very well there's a force field around this island stopping anything from getting in it. It makes it a pretty safe place. Indeed, so the only things you have to worry about are the things that are already here. He leers at me with a mock snarl. Seriously, Murph, if you're the worst threat here, then this is the safest place on Earth. So come on, Kara, what are you waiting for? I follow this Greggy cat into the forest. The ground is wet and muddy, and I lose my footing a couple of times. But McMurphy is too determined to notice. Suddenly he stops dead in his tracks. Here we are. Where is here, Murph? He ignores my question and starts digging into some mud and leaves on the ground. Almost got it. Could use a hand, Kara, if you don't mind. Get these leaves out of the way. That's it. Here we are. Okay. We keep digging until there's a fairly deep hole in the ground. My arms and night clothes are covered in mud and leaves, and McMurphy looks like a bug monster in the darkness. Ta-da! Ta-da? Can't you see it, Kara? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I always forget how useless human eyes are in the dark. Just reach into the hole and take out whatever you'll find. I reluctantly reach into the burrow and feel something hard and cold against my hand. I wrap my fingers around it and pull it out. I know the shape, but my eyes can hardly process it. It's a bottle? That's right, Kara. This is my secret stash. No one knows about it, not a soul. But I thought I'd share it with you. Thought we could have a kind of welcome to the island party for two. Secret stash? Is this booze? McMurphy lets out a wild laugh. That's it is, Kara. You're a fucking cat! Are you drinking alcohol? You drink alcohol? But you're a cat. That can't be good for your body. It's not good for anybody's, but it does wonders for the soul for sure. Well, I suppose you're right there, McMurphy. I guess one little nip couldn't hurt. That's the spirit. I try in vain to get some of the mud off me before giving up and sitting down against a tree. A sudden McMurphy curls in my lap. It takes a while to uncork the bottle, but McMurphy keeps telling me to smash it open and the shards of glass will only add to the favour. But eventually I succeed my way. I pour a little out from McMurphy into a leaf and self-consciously speak from the bottle, feeling a touch uncivilized. McMurphy, what in heaven's name is this? Now don't worry about that, Kara. It's not about the taste, it's about the company. I hardly think I'm the type of person you'd usually hang out with. Well, I usually hang around with cats, and they're not exactly what you call my type. I respond by widening my eyes and take another swig from the bottle. Somehow it tastes less terrible the second time around. I find humans much more interesting. They usually have a lot to say. Pleasant company expected. McMurphy winks at me with his huge green eyes, and I blush desperately, trying not to show how boring I feel. There we go, we're dating cats now! We're dating cats! Don't take it harsh, I'm only joking, Kara. McMurphy, I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now. Anything, Cara, ask away. I'd love for us to get to know each other better. This Cara thing. You know my name is... The rest of my sentence is drowned out by McMurphy's howls of laughter. Ah, you make me laugh, Cara, you really do. I know exactly what your name is, John. Cara is just... it's like a pet name, you know? Cara means friend, buddy, amigo. It's something my mama used to call people, and I guess it's stuck. It's one of the few things I remember about her, actually. That and her beautiful smile. Hey, flash me your pearly whites. I smile at McMurphy awkwardly. He bursts into fits of laughter again. Ah, that's a lovely smile to be sure, but you need to grow into it yet. Could I have a top up over here? I don't know if I feel comfortable giving you more alcohol, McMurphy. I think you've had more than enough. In fact, I didn't even want to give you any in the first place. Did you not know the cats have 9 lives? And you want to waste them all on booze? And why not? Besides, the night is still young and we've only just begun our conversation. Come on, Cara. We've got lots of chin waggling to do yet. Are you to pour or not? Cheers. Parts of me thinks I ought to be a responsible human here and cut off your alcohol supply, but I believe in true democracy. Would you care to expand on that and perhaps pour the drinks as you do? The true democratic principle. The true democratic principle is that none shall have power over the people, cats, or whatever. How inspirational! I'll toast to that. Alright, McMurphy, but in your head be it. With the rejection of authority comes the responsibility for bearing the consequences of your action. I pour some more of the suspect liquor into McMurphy's soggy leaf. Slime tea. I don't know how things work in Cat Protocol, but in human terms, you are very mature. No, wait, very grown up. Adult? I feel 6 years over a certain age, and as such can take responsibility for your own choices. I like it, spoken like a true libertine. Well, I wouldn't go for that, but I can shake my tail when I feel the vibe. I can't believe I just said that. This stuff is stronger than it looks. My proverbial hat is off to you. I feel disproportionately pleased to that. Murph has paid me a compliment. Say, Cara, you ever been in love? McMurphy, that second lift has gone straight to your head. The cat smiles slyly. I'm going to take that as a yes. Are you still with them? Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. Ouch, well, it's definitely their loss. Oh, I didn't think so, McMurphy. We never actually met. You're not saying you're one of those, internet stalker types, are you? Then catfish that kibbles tells tales off. No, McMurphy, gosh. It was Bowie, okay? I was in love with Davy Bowie, you know? McMurphy frowns and shakes his furry head. See these eyes so green, I can stare for 1,000 years, you know? And that's a charming song. But I'm afraid I have no idea what's going on anymore. Oh, come on, McMurphy. Everybody knows that David Bowie's red hair, lots of stuff, lots of makeup, one blue eye, one brown. He's a fucking cat. Come on. Well, I did know one sweet soul with one blue eye and one brown eye, but I can assure you they wouldn't be caught dead in makeup. McMurphy snorts. Well, how about you, McMurphy? Who's the love of your life? Don't have one, Cara. Never have, never will. I'm a lone wolf, a free agent. I'm a big old yeti, out in the mountains, all hairy and smelly and alone. For some reason, I find that very hard to believe, Mr. McMurphy. Fine, you're right. I'm a fool. I'm a lovesick fool. I've had my heart broken more than once, Cara, and each time hurts more than the last. I'll tell you one thing is though, Cara, I can't remember a thing about any of them. Any of what? I don't know. What were we talking about? David Bowie? Ah, that's right. So tell me how the two of you met. McMurphy, I think I'm drunk. What the hell have we been drinking? Ah, leave me alone. I haven't touched a drop. I think I'm gonna vomit. I wake up in the forest with a half-empty bottle in my arm and McMurphy is nowhere to be seen. How the hell did I get here? I can't remember a thing. I look at my catalogue. Whoa, is that really a time? Crikey.
Crikey.